In the autumn of 1922 Babaji went on Kailash Yatra and on his return stayed at Ishko near UP, Nepal border as a guest of the king, Shri Karman Singh. After a few days he told the king that the time had come for him to leave. The king carried the palanquin in which Babaji was sitting. After a few miles, Babaji sent the king back and continued his journey with a few attendants of the king and other devotees. When they approached the junction of the Kali and Gori rivers near the border, in the presence of these people, Babaji disappeared in the river, squatting in Padmasan, slowly changing into light form. Before leaving, he told all that he would reappear again for the benefit of human beings. After he disappeared from the public eye, however, Babaji used to give darshan frequently to devotees. Recorded instances are available of his giving darshan in 1950, 53, 54, 55, 59 and 62. Specially blessed has been a Rana family in the village called Dhanian near Almora. One of the descendants of this family, Shri C.S. Rana, who has now taken the apprenticeship in the Hadakan and is known as Swami Fakiranand, had published recently the family's experiences. Shri Ram Singh, a school teacher in the village Okhaldunga, near Hadakan, had Babaji's darshan in 1963 and used to meet him regularly almost every week until 1970, when Babaji finally made his public appearance in Hadakan. During 1968–1969, Babaji stayed at another holy place with Surya Devi. Baba was at that time very sick and Babaji nursed him. After the disappearance of Hadakan Baba, a great Siddha Yogi became quite famous and preached mankind about Hadakan Baba. This Siddha Yogi's name was Mahendra Maharaj. He was born in village Manika Dharbanga district, Bihar. On his 5th birthday, a Mahatma gave him darshan and blessed him with prasad of laddu. The boy became very much attracted to this Mahatma and was always praying to him only. When this boy grew up, he left his house in search of the Mahatma. Within a short time he was traced by his parents and brought back home. Later, he graduated from Bhagalpur University by doing his master's degree. After graduation, Mahendra Maharaj left the home forever and travelled all over the country by foot 7 times in search of the Mahatma. As he never begged, he had to undergo a lot of difficulties during his travels, particularly in South India. Finally, he arrived at Ambaji in Gujarat state, where he got a divine message that he should go to Almora area. He immediately started to search every nook and corner in the hills of the Almora district for the Mahatma. At Almora he met people whom he saw Babaji's photographs and recognized him to be the same Mahatma whom he has been searching his life long. Only then did he realize that his guru has been Hadakan Baba. Finally he went to Siddhashram of Babaji in 1949, where he locked himself in a room with a vow that until he meets Hadakan Baba he would not come out of his yogic posture. Babaji did appear to him and gave him guidance and blessings for his future work. Mahendra Maharaj then came to Vrindavan and established an ashram called Samba Sada Shiva Kunj. Soon many disciples gathered around him, including all the former disciples of Hadakan Baba. Mahendra Maharaj was known for his strict discipline with disciples and for his spiritual powers. He called himself as Charaneshrit Baba, a servant of Hadakhan Baba. He told everyone that Hadakhan Baba will reappear, that Hadakhan Baba is none else but God Sada Shiva himself, and that everyone should worship him. Mahendra Maharaj developed both Hadakhan ashrams of Babaji. He built a small temple in Kadgariya ashram and installed Babaji's idol. On the previous night of installation day, which happened to be the fourth day after the Shivaratri in the year 1957, 24th February, over 1,000 devotees had gathered in the Kadgariya ashram and were doing continuous prayers in the night also. Around midnight, a bright Jyoti appeared in center of the devotees and stood still a few feet above ground. From this light, Babaji gave darshan in his physical form wearing a kurta and topa, which had been his favorite dress previously. After giving darshan for a couple of minutes, this light entered into the idol which was to be installed the next day. After the installation ceremony, selected devotees who were permitted by Mahendra Maharaj to touch the idol could feel the heartbeats in the idol. Presently, this idol is installed in Varindaban ashram. Every year this day is celebrated in Varindaban as Pratyotsava. Mahendra Maharaj performed many miracles, which he always insisted was due to the blessings of Hadakhan Baba. Illiterate people became highly learned scholars and composers. Devotees who were on the deathbed were brought back to life. Poor became rich. Childless couples got children. Many atheists became devout followers of Hadakhan Baba after coming in contact with him. Maharaj's preaching included the forecast regarding the reappearance of Hadakhan Baba in human form. Under the blessing and guidance of Goddess Jagdamba, Mahendra Maharaj wrote a few books regarding the philosophy and leelas of Babaji. Among these books, the most important one is Divya Kathamrit, which has been written in the same style and of the traditional Puranas. In this book, it has been written as to how all the gods surrendered to Lord Sadashiva and requested him to go to the world and protect the good and truth. Finally, Sadashiva agrees and appears in the world as Babaji. His actions in the world were forecast in this book. Today all the recent actions of Babaji very strongly correspond with that which has been written by Mahendra Maharaj. Other books wherein Mahendra Maharaj has explained the philosophical thoughts are of a very high standard, and unless one has understood the implicit meaning of the Vedas and Upanishads, it is difficult to understand the entire meanings of Mahendra's writings. Mahendra Maharaj finally entered the Mahasamadhi in 1969. When his body was being carried in the procession to the cremation ground, thousands of devotees were shedding tears. At that time the hand of the body lifted itself and blessed all the devotees. This sight is even now recollected by many in Vrindavan.